to another episode of Play the Bad Boys. Steve, a former New York Giant and Super Bowl champion, Steve Weatherford, thank you for coming on. What was it like playing for Tom Coughlin?
It was the greatest 4.5 years of my life. He's one of the finest guys I've ever met, and I learned so much more than just football from him. You know, life lessons, life skills to be able to become successful and remain successful when my NFL career is over. So very thankful for that.
Is he as really organized as they say?
Yeah, more. You know, a lot of people. There's rumors that he's difficult to play with, or he's a dictator, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. He has a set. He sets the guidelines and the rules and the regulations for how he wants his team to be ran, as long as you meet or exceed those expectations. And I was one of those guys that did that. He treated me like gold from the moment that I stepped on Giants campus. So for me, incredibly thankful for that, because I understand now the importance of treating everybody the same, having rules and expectations for people, and then that just kind of brings the tide and the success of everybody else up when everybody's on a level playing field of expectations.
What was it like winning Super Bowl?
I'm not that far removed from being that little kid in the backyard throwing the football with your dad or your brothers and pretending like you're making a touchdown in the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. So for me, it's kind of hard to describe, but it's a feeling like I've never had in my life, because it was a culmination of all my life's hard work and sacrifice. And I missed out on a lot of things when I was your age, 16, 18, 20, 25. A lot of things that I missed out on because I was so focused on achieving that goal, and very fortunate that I had the opportunity to live that dream.
What was your motivation to become a great punter?
I was never really motivated to be a great punter. It was really just more about the journey of fitness and wellness. Starting at age 14, I was 108 pounds, and I had dreams and aspirations of being a professional athlete, not necessarily just football, but then I set those goals for myself, but I knew in order for me to be able to achieve those goals, I was going to have to make some sacrifices and change how powerful my body was. I was going to have to get bigger, faster, stronger. So at that point, I spent a lot of time in the library, because it was before you could just Google something, and learned what I needed to learn to get bigger, faster, stronger. And once I had that plan, then it was about making that sacrifice and putting the time in. And earned a scholarship to college, made it to the pros, played for 10 years, won a ring. And the reason I was able to do all of those things is because I committed to myself at 14 years old that this is what I wanted to do, and I wasn't going to take no for an answer.
What's the best piece of advice that anyone has ever given to you?
Set big, lofty, almost unattainable goals. And it kind of sounds cliche to say dream big, but once you have those big dreams, it's about setting smaller, short-term goals that and it could be a daily goal. Every night before I go to sleep, I write kind of a goal list or a to-do list for the following day, and I put it on the notes section of my phone. And as I'm going through my day, one of my greatest life fulfillments is being able to check these things off as I go about my day. And it really kind of makes that long-term goal real when you set short-term goals for yourself. And it could be daily goals, it could be weekly goals, it could be monthly goals, or it could be a year. When I was 14, it's not like I could get to the NFL the next day or the next month or the next year. I had a long-term goal, but I knew in order for me to get to that goal, I was going to have to, gain 20 pounds in the first year, 20 pounds in the second year. I was going to have to get bigger, faster, stronger. I was going to have to get more flexible. And so all these different tiny little goals that I set for myself enabled me to be able to achieve the ability and the skill set to be able to play as a professional.
What advice would you give to a younger player?
I think probably just the same stuff I just said. Dream the big dream, but more importantly than dream the big dream, because a lot of times when you look at that long-term goal, it can be overwhelming. It can feel daunting, like you can't achieve it. But if you set those smaller, short-term goals, if you're 20 pounds overweight and you need to lose weight and you need to start with something small, be like, okay, in this first week I'm going to cut soda completely out of my diet, and then the next week, I'm going to only eat pizza once a week, and then I'm only going to eat one hamburger this week. So it's baby steps, it's short-term goals, and that leads, short-term goals lead to long-term success.
All right, thank you.
You got it, man. Great job. You did well.
Thank you.